It's still the same. And so when they make a decision with anything that they do in life, throughout that time between being born and 14 years old, they understand that this is what could happen to me. These are the traumas and the stress that I might face. At the time of 14, this is when a lot of the young boys, especially in the black community, are essayed. And it's shocking, but it's understood in the black community. This is usually when a lot of the little boys from 10 to 14 are tested. And y'all put the mole in the front. Right? And I'm not just saying this because of I'm saying this just because I'm just pulling a rabbit out of my, out of the hat. No, this is what has been shared to me from many of the men that are in my life. 10 to 14 is usually when these little boys are put into situations where they're forced to grow up. And the reason why they are put in this position to be forced to grow up, and y'all know what I'm talking about, right? They're being forced to grow up. This is what changes them. And they have to make decisions on how to handle that. When their hearts are broken around age 14, 15. It's not really like that, like fully like their heart has been broken, but something else was broken. Something was forced upon them that they didn't want. But this is also a reflection of what happened during slavery. I'm trying to tie this all in so it all makes sense for all of us. The ones who have watched the webinar, you already know what I'm talking about. Buck breaking. 14 years old. Get a child when he's 14 years old. When the male is 14 years old and you do all kinds of things to him, either before that time, before he turns 14, because that's when he starts to get his kahunas, right? And once he gets his kahunas, that's when he starts to feel himself. He starts smelling himself, starts perking up like a peacock at 14, roughly, during adolescence. But you want to mind warp him before he gets to that point. You want to put stuff in them before he gets to that point. Because if you can do that, then you can change the trajectory of that generations that come after him, the woman he chooses or the person he chooses to be with, to have children with. They could be a reflection of his mother. They could be a reflection of his abuser. They could be a reflection of something that might have happened to him during that time. And that's his choice. And what ends up happening is when it comes down to men, if they choose someone who has harmed them, if they choose the person that has harmed them in their lives, if they choose the person that has harmed them in their lives, it puts them in a place where they are stuck in that space right there. And they don't know how to get out of it. And a lot of times the reason why they don't know how to get out of it because they didn't have anyone to talk to. They didn't know how to address those feelings. They couldn't go to their mother because it's their mom. Let's be honest. It was their mother. It's their mama. You can't go to your mama and tell your mama, hey, mama, this person essayed me. Because how will your mother understand that? That's your mom. You can go to your father, and sometimes at the time, for many of the men that are our age, 40 and up, 35 and up, 20-ish and up, for many of the men our age, in our age groups, in that age group, when they went to a man to share those things back